Well, this is a familiar sight. Excuse me. Yeah, I feel like I've seen this before. I've gotten very used to seeing that because, you know, of the amount of times I've played on the Blizzard World map on Overwatch. So, yeah. The crew of the Misthopper.
Hello.
Here to help, are you? Well, first things first. Ah! Here it is. Mazu's breath. Captain's own formula. What, you thought I'd send you out to sea without a means of breathing? I need deckhands, not corpses. Down the hatch with the green. This'll give you a fighting chance out there on the shelf.
May your deeds live on in story.
Drink up. I want to see that vial empty before you so much as dip a toe into the sea. Alright. There you go. Tastes like seaweed and hot garbage, doesn't it? Grants water breathing and increases seafloor movement speed by 80%, while in the shelf of Mazu and Lonesome Cove.
What is your hurry?
You'll thank me later.
Goodbye.
You want to be part of Soggy's crew, and you're gonna start at the bottom like everyone else.
Keep the peace.
We got a load of empty crab pots out there that need fresh bait. Now, we could pull them one at a time and bait them up here in comfort. A nice chair to sit on, maybe a hot cup of tea to keep you warm. Sounds nice, doesn't it? Never gonna happen. Head to Lonesome Cove, immediately southwest, and bait those pots with these 2 chunks of fresh sea monarch. By fresh, I mean killed right there in the water. Oh, and by pots, I mean traps. If you want to be part of the crew, you'd better learn the lingo.
Stay focused.
You
Goodbye.
oughter know. You know what happened to the bait in those pots? Otters. That's what happened. They prefer fresh clams, but they'll pick our crab traps clean if they're hungry enough. The otters in Lonesome Cove are protected by law, and we run a legitimate operation here. As much as I'd love to chum those little rats and call it a day, we just make sure that they aren't hungry enough to raid the crab pots. Toss them a few clams to keep them busy while you're out there.
Keep the peace.
Anyone else find it amusing that they are running this operation here in the Dreadways? Oh, hey, we're getting, the current is blowing us this way.
Target.
We're getting quite a few missions here where it's like, hey, go underwater, but don't worry, we'll give you this buff to let you be able to not only swim faster, but breathe underwater. It's like, alright.
I need to get closer. I need a target.
So I just put it together where these parasites have been coming from. It's from our friends, Children of the Grave enchantment. That's why we're getting these. Derp. Silly me. I will try and also show off some of the other enchantments and such when we get them unlocked. Keep in mind, we just got another Paragon unlocked and we haven't even met him yet. He's already back over there waiting to meet us after we woke him up. Here you go, Water. I need more chunks before I can do that. Here's your clam, Otter. You oughter love it. Oh gosh, that was so bad. Nope, that was terrible.
I'm out of range.
I'll see myself out
I don't
after
have
making
a
that
target.
joke. My bad. let me just focus on the otters for the moment. Ah, there's the chunk. Just gotta go around and keep killing all these things until I finally get the chunks I need. Ah! Ah, the sea current be blowing us this way. Alright. Alright, all the otters have been taken care of. Alright, so I need to just focus on the monarchs here. Yeah. These guys here.
I need to get closer.
Well, I got 6 of these now, so... Oh, but it takes 2 of them. Okay, gotcha. Alright, so I'll need to get 4 more chunks.
It's too far away. I'm out of range. I need to target something first.
Alright, that should do it. What the? Hey! Settle down.
I need a target.
Look, I may as well grab this while we're at it, right?
Patience, patience.
Not bad, Green, not bad.
May your
That should keep their
deeds
little
live on
whiskers
in
out of our
story.
traps for a while.
Stay focused.
Alright, I got another job for you. Look, I'm just hauling that big thing over. Alright. Oh, we got quite ourselves a catch here, don't we? I got another job for you. You see that lion seal in the pen over there? Name's Dog. He's been Soggy's pet for years. Dog's acting up lately. I think he's getting restless in that pen. Why don't you go talk to Soggy and let him know? I'd say it's about time you meet the captain anyway.
May your deeds live on in story.
Alright. I like how he just carried that giant thing over there. Oh, man. By the way, where is Dog? Because they're like, hey, you see that? I'm like, where? Also, what?
Goodbye.
I got this fancy new camera. I'm looking for Dog. Where is Dog? Oh, also, there's the innkeeper for this place. Oh, I'm sure I'll meet Dog any moment.
You are most welcome.
This is Captain Soggy Sudow. New deckhand, huh? We'll see about that. I run a tight ship, even if she is at the bottom of the sea.
May you find mastery in your passions.
Actually, rather than Jack Sparrow, I think I'll do my Barbossa. Look, I ain't got reason to trust you, but there's a task that I can't give to me crew. I need you to search the wreck of our old ship, the Mist Hopper, and bring back the charter. It'll be sealed up in a silver tube in a footlocker. It's sort of incriminating. I can't risk any of the crew finding it if they decide to visit the old girl. She's resting on the shelf of Mazu to the west. I'd suggest riding a rip current out there. If you got the stomach, they're all over the shelf.
May the red crane live
Dog ain't my
in
pet.
your heart.
He's a member of this crew, and my best friend. Saved my life more than once, you know. I considered naming him Jack, but I decided to call him Dog instead. But I'm getting too old to walk him anymore, and he still needs his exercise. Take Dog for a trip around the shell for me, would ya? He loves to swim through the hot geysers just southeast of the shallows. He absolutely has to, leave his mark on the dead whale at the far western edge of the shelf. And he'll want to visit our old shipwreck too. He likes to reminiscence.
Slow down.
Reminisce.
Life is to be savored.
Come, speak with me. Keep the peace.
I just got word that a string of pots we dropped this morning hit it big. We're on the crab. Problem is, the rips are getting stronger. We lost track of some of the pots. They're just sitting out there, filled with spiky blue gold. I need you back out there. Hook one of those buoys up to any of the full traps you find and send it to the surface for us.
Goodbye. Stay focused.
Shark Week. Crabbing is our big money maker, but we send all kinds of goods back around the wall. Oils, plants, and even rare minerals. The sea's bounty is rich out here. Right now, the big craze in the markets back home is thresher teeth. Apparently they make great necklaces? Threshers are all over the shelf of Mazu to the west. Bring me lots of teeth.
Keep the peace.
There's Dog. Dog whines as best as a lion seal can, feebly lifting one flipper towards his massive jaws. He's hungry. The shelf of Mazu is covered in rock shell and makura. That should make a fine meal for him. Alright, Dog. Follow me, boy. Come on. Come on, boy. Come on. That's a good seal. That's a good boy. I was like, wait a minute, where's Mazu's breath? You can see it's kind of meant for this, considering, but hold on a second. Whoa! Hold on a second. Can I be even faster? Like, There we go, with my Fathom Dweller here. Because I'm like, hold on, can I get this bronze without getting blown away by the current? Yes. Now, there are some currents that are going to blow me in the other direction, so... It's funny that we've been getting quite a few of these underwater segments, but I'm not complaining. I actually like these segments. It adds to the variance. But then again, I'm also one of those who actually liked Bashir. Which I know sounds strange, but... You know, I've kind of like joined that group of saying... especially if you're going to be playing, say, Cataclysm Classic... Give Bashir another chance. Try to see it with different eyes this time compared to what it was like back then. Look at it differently this time and really try and give it a chance, you know?
It's too far away.
Just because it was different and out of the normal doesn't mean it was bad. Like, the thing is, I've always heard people say that they thought Bashir was awful, but I've never heard them say why. They'll just say, Bashir was terrible, but they don't say why. And I'm just like, did you just not like it just because it was different? Because it was out of the normal? And it's just so odd to me. It's like, okay, we complain about things being different, but at the same time we want things to actually be different. It's always this weird thing where they're saying, we want something new,
I need to target
but we
something
want it to
first.
stay the same. Like, we like how it is, but we want something else. But we want you to change it, but don't change it too much. Keep it the same, but... also do it differently.
I'm out of range.
And I feel like because it's probably like the similar kind of gripe that people had when it came to the vehicle segments. And this kind of stuff like happened in Wrath, which I think carried over into Cataclysm. Because Wrath was really where a lot of the vehicle segments really got hit, like, you know, super relevant. Now, they were around, like, even back in Burning Crusade. But Wrath is really where it, like, became very, like, noticeable and kind of, like, all over the place, you know? And it feels like, because it was something that was different, that they're not used to,
It's too far away.
therefore they didn't like it.
I need a target.
Like, they don't like it when something changes what they have set up, you know? Like, they have all these fancy UIs and all these things all set up, and then we get, you know, a segment where we have to do something different out of the norm, and they're just like, ah, no, I like how I have it set up, I like my thing, and now I have to do this thing I'm not used to.
I need to target something first.
Now, I'm not saying this is going to be the actual reason. This is my perception and speculation on why it just seems and feels to me as if a lot of people just unnecessarily or just, like, apparently have this idea of wanting
I'm
to
out of range.
complain about that stuff when it just feels as if they're not also, they're, you know, it's the lack of a actual reason. It's like, I don't like this. Why? Well, I just don't. And, like, if you really question them, like, persist, like, no, why? I want to hear a reason.
It's too far away.
And then they just don't really give any kind of actual, like, legit, valid reason. Now, sometimes you will get an actual good reason. But then there are times where they just, like,
I need
don't
get
seem to
closer.
have an actual, like, good reason. They just, it was just something that they didn't like. Now, not liking something is not the issue here. The issue is when you say it's bad. Because not liking something because it's like it doesn't fit your preference or it's not something that you enjoy, that's entirely fine.
I'm out of range.
It's when you say that you think it was so bad
I need to get
that they should
closer.
never do it again, or that you don't want them to ever do something like that again, that's where it becomes an issue. Because especially if there are people who did like it, you're now also influencing that they're not going to be able to actually get to enjoy that content ever again
It's
because
too far away.
you said it was bad, and therefore you're the ones that they are listening to.
I don't have a
Whether it was
target.
bad or not. Alright.
I need to target something first. I don't have a target.
The only reason I really left Vashir when I did during my playthrough back then is for a couple things. One, I wasn't expecting it to take, you know, I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready for it to delve me into a zone where I wasn't going to be able to
I need to target
have the
something
means
first.
to go back to what I was doing for a while. Like, it was just kind of like you got thrown into it, and then it was just kind of like, oh, well, I need to commit to this. Like, had I known, I would have been a little bit more prepared, and I think I would have been able to enjoy it more. And then, of course, it was during that leveling experience where, similar to what I've said about my time here in the Dread Wastes, I had to leave it before I could actually fully enjoy it, you know? And if there's something that, like, I would honestly... I think I may have already said this. I would absolutely be open to Blizzard redoing an event like this, a remix event like this, for other expansions. As a way for some of us to be able to properly re-experience some of these expansions in a way where we don't have to worry about moving on to the next area. Like, this is not current content, but it may as well be for those of us who are doing this event because there's nothing after this. It's not like it's going to say, hey, now you have to go to Warlords. Like, Pandaria is the only content that's here. So it may as well be considered current content because of that. It's what has allowed me to be able to kind of, like, do this playthrough as if it was current content. To be able to show this, like,
have a
this
target.
expansion in somewhat its entirety. Not entirely, but somewhat. In a way that I hope that you guys are enjoying. Dog licks his chops happily, looking satisfied. Good boy. Who's a good boy? Alright, now... Dog swims excitedly through the vents of warm water. Alright. And I'm guessing the currents here is a way for us to quickly get back to the shore. But that was before we had dragon riding. Come on, dog! It's alright, he'll follow. Because he's a good boy.
Patience, patience.
Nice work out there.
May your deeds live on.
Having
in
actually
story.
seen someone eaten by a thresher, I'm not sure why you'd willingly string their teeth around your neck, but whatever.
Goodbye.
Oh, those are perfect. Just put them down over there. I'd rather not touch them myself. It creeps me out.
Stay focused.
I don't blame you.
Tell me of your travels.
I don't mind those two idiots outside. They're caught up in some fad called sharking. I'd wager they'd feel pretty dumb about that picture in a couple months.
Family.
To be honest, I hope a grouper ate the old charter.
These
Wait,
are what
then I might end up here anyway. Dang it!
May the red crate.
That's the charter tube, all right. Oh wait, that's what I'm doing Barbossa with this guy. That's the charter tube, all right. I guess you'd like to know what all the fuss is about, eh? Might as well get it over with.
Slow down.
How did it go?
Life
I hope
is
he didn't cause too much trouble. What the?
May you find.
This ain't the charter.
in your
It's a letter.
actions.
In Ares' handwriting? Dear Soggy, if you're reading this, it means you finally worked up the guts to send someone after the old charter. Well, you're too late. We know the Misthopper wasn't hired to venture this far beyond the wall. We know it was supposed to be a routine job off the coast of Jade Forest. What should have been a week of easy fishing turned into a wild misadventure that ran us aground in the most dangerous place on the continent and nearly got us all killed. Because you couldn't stop chasing your hunches. Soggy, we just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for chasing fortune on the distant horizon. Thank you for dreaming. And most of all, thank you for bringing us along. We'll always be your crew, Soggy, ship or no ship. We'd follow you anywhere. Sincerely, all of us. Even Dog. Wow. Would you excuse me for a moment? I've got something in both of me eyes. Aww. That was nice.
Hello.
I never thought I'd see the day, but for the first time since, well, ever, Master Angler Ju Lin asked for some help with his lines. Apparently the sea is going crazy today and he can't keep up. See if we can give him a hand. He's fishing just south of here.
Goodbye.
Okay. Hello.
Speak up.
Deck boss said that you need some help?
Enough of that.
Pick any of these fabulous rods and carefully tug the line. That should help set the hook onto whatever is flailing around at the other end. Well, that's unusual. Take care of it and then tug another line when you can. I'm sorry, a what? Okay. Whatever I've got here is big. Keep up the good work. On those lines while I land this baby. What in Mazu's name? Ugh! Ah! What the? Let no joyful voice be heard! Leviathan! We gotta warn the others! Let no one look up to the sky with hope! Ah! And let this day be cursed by we who ready to wake! The Kraken! Okay, it's a Leviathan, but come on. It fits. It works. Also, notice all the other spawns of this thing now being more rampant over here. And yeah, that guy just got straight up, like, pulled to the depths.
What is your hurry?
What happened out there? I heard a scream, and next thing I know that these nasty things come rolling in on the next wave.
Stay focused.
What wisdom do you seek?
I'm not gonna sit in a damn rocking chair while my crew gets devoured by a Leviathan. Come on, let's get to the dock and launch a dinghy. I got the special one set up just for this kind of situation. My own little Mist Hopper Jr. We'll give that thing a case of harpoon fever.
Family, friends, food.
The Mist Hopper Jr. is on the dock, just southeast of here. Let's go. Uh-huh. Mist Hopper Jr. Aim for the bow, the port, and the starboard buoyancy sacks, and the stern. Sorry, let me put that another way. Shoot it in the face and the sides, and the pooper. You know, the soft bits. This is just like a minigun of harpoons, basically. Look at this. Look at this thing firing. I only wish I could just hold it down, but nope, I gotta keep repeating, I gotta keep pressing it over and over. Five more hits. And we got it! Yeah, that's right. You better run.
You have the eyes of one...
Nice shooting out there. I knew we could do it. Never met anything that can't be killed with enough harpoons.
Slow down. Life is to...
That was some amazing work you and the captain did out there. It's an honor to have you on the crew. Oh, and Jiulin survived. Really? He swam ashore just after you started letting the harpoons fly. He was raving about some kind of gigantic egg or something that washed in the Jiao. Go check up on him, will you? He's probably hauled it out of the water by now.
Keep the peace.
Really?
Come, speak with me.
This is gonna be amusing.
What do you need?
Aha! Hey there. Oh, I'm fine. I've had worse spills than that after a night at the chum bucket. But, well, would you look at this thing? I spotted it peeking out of the seafloor when I went under. Chow must have dredged it up while he was thrashing around. I'm not really sure what to do with it, but it looks valuable. Seeing it as how pretty much you saved all our hides, I think we owe you this catch.
Until next time.
Wait. So, do you just want to, I don't know, roll it away or something? Wait, is it moving? Tremble, fools! The locust has awoken! Oh, nasty. Are you okay up there? The locust is fine! Get off me, insolent crabs! The Klaxi beckon! Well then. I'm guessing you know something about what just happened? Actually, forget it. I don't want to know. I'm going back to my lines. So, yeah. Also, Lore Master of Pandaria. Woo! Now, that doesn't necessarily mean we are actually done with the story of Dread Waste. So, it went away, but for a moment it says, "The time has come, Wakener." Because we apparently have done those to get the others. "The Council's power will combine to bring an end to the corrupted Empress. The ritual has not been witnessed in 100 of your kind's lifetimes, and never by an outsider. In exchange for your deeds, on our behalf, I invite you to behold this great moment in our history." Not quite yet. So, we have a couple more Paragons here. Here's the Locust.
That is.
What I loved about that when he woke up, he was like, "Tremble, mortals, before the mighty Thor." It was like when Thor was like, "Before the mighty Thor." So, run them down. He gives us an augmentation called Speed King. Allows you to jump a second time once every 5 seconds. In addition, killing an enemy which yields experience will trigger Speed King for 60 seconds. That's the double jump. Which is funny, because it's like, you know, I don't really need it, because I'm a demon hunter.
My life for the...
Alright, let me go ahead and...
The cycle will be preserved.
Oh wait, no, this is the wrong one. My bad.
Call to serve.
Let me get these fixed. Let me get these sorted out again. No, not the manipulator. Which one was
You
it?
address your elder.
Actually, hold on. There's another one we haven't met. This is the guy, the Lucid. We let him out earlier and we didn't meet him. "You think me to be mad, do you? Yes, perhaps a little. You see, even after 877 years of your quietude, the desire to breathe doesn't go away. Perhaps something went wrong with my encasement. Perhaps it was my preternaturally keen intellect. Whatever the cause, I was fully aware of the passage of time during my years in the Amber. After 78 years, I stopped trying to escape. I kept my mind sharp by creating and solving puzzles. The Amber took care of the rest of my body. But my sanity? No, I cannot say with good confidence that it survived intact. No, not at all." Yeah, he's okay.
Keep the mind open, aware, so opportunities exploit them.
So he gives us Silent Lucidity. Your spells and abilities have a 25% chance to trigger Lucidity, and it can only occur once every 8 seconds, which certain class spells and abilities have a chance to incur a 0.55 second cooldown. So we get a much lower cooldown on our abilities. But it's a chance, you know. It's a roll of the dice, as it were.
Much has changed.
Ah, that's right. Yeah, forgive me, I'm trying to remember which ones I liked.
Yes, Wakener. Yes, Waking One.
Alright, there we go. Children of the Grove and Painkiller. Those are the ones I like right now. Okay, there we go.
You are far from home.
Kovak is growing at an accelerated rate, but his brain may not be able to keep up. He'll require a special diet to ensure that he does not outgrow the capacity to control his own body. Mushan Tung is rich in the nutrients that promote brain growth in Kuchong, but they normally eat the beast whole and fill up quickly. If we feed Kovak only Mushan Tongues every couple of days or so, it should balance out his growth. Great back Mushan graze the hills east of here, near the Guthari Terrace.
We are done. I serve the will of the galaxy.
Ah, Awakener, you must help me. You will help me, or else I will help myself to you. I need more materials for my experiments. Yes, blood and guts, hearts and brains, tongues and eyes, eyes! To the west I have seen creatures of mist and fog. They possess such big, round, wonderful globes. Big for seeing, round and unblinking. Go now, little Awakener. Bring me back a single pristine eye.
The cycle will be preserved.
My brothers speak of an ancient Mogu empire that once dwelled in the ruins to the east. Once this tribe knew untold secrets of sorcery and subjugation, I have a curious mind, Wakener, and I wish to learn of the empires that ruled after my time. Knowledge of the past will determine our future. Go, search the ruins for their ancient tablets. I will study their secrets and make them our own.
Preserve the cycle. The will of the galaxy is eternal.
I found a grove of young amber trees to the east, Wakener. I've placed tapping devices on these trees, but I've been too busy to retrieve the sap. I need someone to find the extractors, activate them, and bring me the samples of the amber.
Death from above. Leave me now. Be a leaf in the
Back in
wind.
Gurthani Terrace, where you found me, dread spinners continue to occupy the attention of Shadowpan marksmen who could otherwise be thinning out this wretched swarm. Eradicate those spiders and offer some relief to the archers on that wall.
The Empress must fall.
Nope.
I recovered this weapon on a recent scouting run near the wall. It would seem ideal for helping your Shadowpan with their infestation problem in Gurthani Terrace. The more they are focused on keeping spiders off the wall, the less time they are killing fear-gripped Swarmborn.
Show no mercy.
The Galaxy have detected the existence of another Paragon Wakener. This one was kept well hidden from us, and for good reason. The Empress already had possession of this one, and her adjuncts work to destroy it even now. They are performing their sorcery in a chamber deep beneath the palace, and they must be stopped. We hold Claxivus. You must go in our stead. Find the entrance to their chamber from the ledge to the west.
Be a leaf in the wind.
The beacon in Amberglow Hollow seems to have been tampered with. Right before the signal cut out, the Claxiva picked up a signal for another Paragon nearby. They believe he is hidden in that wretched little swamp, Duskroot Fen. I will meet you in the Fen to set up a temporary beacon until I can get Amberglow operational again. You will wake the Paragon, and then you will help me.
We are done.
So yeah, notice we just got a quest for 2 more Paragons. Remember, there's about 9 of these guys. And we're gonna face all of them in the raid. I will admit now, having like done these quests and like actually like spending time, like, cause you know, it's unfortunate, you know. It's unfortunate that their loyalty to Yogg-Sharaj ran so
first.
to Yasharaj, excuse me, ran so deep that they were willing to once again side against us, even though they are our enemies still at this time. It's not like all of a sudden we're now friends or buddies with them.
I don't have a target.
Because there was probably no ever possibility of an actual
I
like
can't attack that
long-term like
target.
solution working with these guys, but I don't know. There's a part of me that kind of wishes that what if there could have been, you know? What if there could have been? So before we go after these other Paragons here, which is going to include Hysek the Swarmkeeper and Zari the Poisoned Mind, let's go ahead and work on helping out this area here, because of course I'm all for killing a whole bunch of spiders, right?
I need to get closer.
Kill it with fire. As you do. Go.
I need a target.
Quite a few of these tablets around here. Of course, I've also got these little parasites to help me out, which is kind of cool. There, of course, is the site where we awoken the first of them. And it's just kind of like, you know... The thing I also want to remind you guys is that when we do face them in the raid, they're not like, "No, we will kill you." They're not really, you know, happy about it. They will still do it because they are still devotedly, you know, loyal to Yasharaj. But they wish that we would side with them, that we would join their side. So that way they wouldn't have to fight us. They will do so because, you know, they're fiercely loyal, and they will be like, okay, we will fight you. We don't want to, but we will. But they do wish that they wouldn't, that it didn't come to that, because they would rather that we join them, so that way, you know, because even though they don't necessarily consider us friends, especially once we get to Exalted with them, they do consider us like, okay, you're not, you know, like, you know what, we respect you. Like, there's a respect there between them and us by that point. And they respect us enough that they are like, well, okay, looks like it's time for us to fight and kill each other. We wish it wouldn't be that case, we wish it wouldn't happen, but looks like it is, so be it. I'm just going to go ahead and immediately because... Well, I don't want somebody that is so overpowered in Remix to just walk up and one-shot this thing. Which, at this point, I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm totally expecting that to be the case. Because at this point, it's like, seeing somebody just walk up and just be extremely overpowered to me is just like, kind of, you know... But hey, that's all I need to get those achievements. So there we go!
It's too far away.
Yay! I got a new illusion! Let's see if I can see it. Hold on. Oh, I can't search? Okay, hold on. No, that's Avalanche. These are all the illusions I've collected up to this point. There's a couple I still don't have, like Void Edge and Nightmare. I really want to get those illusions. Hold on. Oh, it's because... Okay, hold on. There we go. That's why. There it is. Shaw Corruption. Nice. I'm happy I got that. Oh, we gotta use the... So we gotta use the dragon gun again, like we did before, to get all these eggs. Just like before. Kill it with fire! Okay. And now I'll burn your eggs! And you can probably see why a lot of people don't usually like the whole dailies thing. It's still around, but it's a little different nowadays. Like, back in the day, like, these were just called dailies. And then in Legion, we got world quests instead. And I honestly prefer the world quest method compared to this, because this was all about, hey, do these dailies in order to improve your reps, in order to get these other rewards. And especially if some of them were tied to lore, like how this, there are dailies here tied to, like, if you want to get more of the lore and the story involving the Klaxi. Now, it's a little easier here in Remix because they significantly increase the amount of rep you get. The fact that I am this close to getting exalted, like, basically once I turn these quests in, I will be exalted. There's no doubt about that. I would be shocked if I actually don't end up as exalted by the end of turning these quests in, Alright. Amber Sap. Duh. This might be a little trickier to figure out because it's a gigantic radius for this quest. And I'm like, wait a minute, where is, Ah, there they are. Just on these trees. Of course, why didn't I think of that? Notice the sap flies were just like, leave it alone! There we go. Just gotta look for the sap flies. There we go. That's what I'm basically doing. It's just like, alright, I'm just going to have it drip the sap from the tree into this little cup here. Once we get this done, we'll go ahead and make our way over to try and see if we can get these other Paragons awoken. Oh, hey, there's Kroll the Blade, who I missed out on earlier, but I don't need to get him now because I've got the achievement, so I'll let somebody else get it if they're still trying to get the achievement. Let me see... Ah, there's Sap. And I think right now, like, what we would probably want to do is go after this guy here, Zariel. Considering that, he's basically being, like, they're trying to basically corrupt him to serve, the Empress. I almost called her the Queen. The Empress, who, of course, means he would also have to serve, the Shah of Fear. He's probably the bigger priority to save right now before we go on over to the other one who's just kind of chilling and waiting for us to find him. It's like, he's fine. He'll be there when we get there. The other guy, though, yeah, he's probably in a bad situation. We need to save him before it gets too bad for him. Oh, there's sap flies here, but where's the sap? Let me check this tree over here. There it is. Again, I love how the moment I try to get the sap, they're like, leave it alone! Alright, one more, and I see it right there. Alright. So yeah, I know this means we gotta go back to the other end of the zone. But again, I feel like he's the priority right now compared to the other guy. The other guy's fine. He's fine. Really? Really? These saps? Really? What am I in combat with? There we go. There's something else I also want to point out about this tree that we found. You remember the crocodile we found underneath? Now, the big deal there wasn't that it was a crocodile that killed the tree. The point was that those trees are so frail and fragile, and they need absolute, utmost, tremendous amounts of care and being taken care of by Mantid who are trying to nurture it and such, that just a crocodile getting underneath it and kind of making its nest there was enough to cause it to die like that. That was part of the point that was being made there. Okay, I'm pretty sure that these guys are in here. The Amber Womb. Yeah, that's a pretty big case of amber. I'm pretty sure he's in there. Let's see. And each of these guys are just kind of doing their own thing here. I like how each of these guys have the title of the Hand. Like, they are adjuncts. I almost say adjutant because of StarCraft. Adjunct. And they have the title of, like, the Hand of... Well, what's her name? Shek'Zir?
I need a target.
Shek'Zir? Yeah, Shek'Zir. The Hand of Shek'Zir. And I'm like, how many hands of Shek'Zir are there?
It's too far away.
Like, usually if there's a hand of a king, or a hand of a queen, or a hand of an emperor, there's usually like one who has that title. Not like 10. You know? Alright, pal. Wakey, wakey. Zariel, the poisoned mind.
You came not a moment too soon, Wakener. The adjuncts would have destroyed me as I slept. Even in my dreams I could hear their dark thoughts. Her dark thoughts. The Empress fears her own doing, yet fear itself is her undoing. She is gone beyond the edge of madness. Wait, the Galaxy speak to me. Yes, Council. I have heard the Empress's intentions. Her reign must end. Tell me no more, Council. I will see my old home with my own eyes. I would gaze upon the ruin that Shek'Zir has wrought. There is much punishment to deliver for the Empire's crimes. We have no time to waste, Wakener. Meet me outside.
What do you want?
You have done your duty well, Wakener.
We are done.
Before I was cast in amber, I made a great gamble. I realized the amber could perform a miracle that I would never achieve, not even 1,000 years of careful experimentation. Before I became a paragon, I injected myself with 12 lethal poisons. The life-giving properties of amber protected me as a guest, and time did the rest. And now, I can handle any poison I desire without fear.
It is the will of the Galaxy.
If we are to strike against the Empress, we must arm ourselves with weapons. My own choice of weapon is of a particularly toxic design. The scorpions wandering the ledge produce a deadly venom that they store in their tails. Bring me the stingers, and I will show you how I earned the title of Paragon.
Remember your place.
I require another ingredient to create my first poison, Wakener. This ingredient you can easily find on the scarabs nearby. Kill them and bring me their wings.
It is the will of the Galaxy.
The last ingredient is perhaps the deadliest. The dread shade flower grows all along these hills. It is by eating these poisonous plants that the local wildlife has become so venomous. A single drop of dreadshade nectar can stop a Kuchong's heart. Go and bring me some of these flowers. Do not be tempted to taste them.
We are done.
I need to get closer. I don't have a target. I'm out of range. I need to get closer.
Just take a moment to think about what he was telling us. That he injected himself with a bunch of deadly poisons and was able to basically preserve himself in a way where he could be able to do so without fear, and now he can handle any poison that he wishes to be able to accomplish what he can. Without any fear of them severely harming him and such. Think about that.
I need to target something first.
Alright, Zariel, if that's how you say your name, I've got all your things for your poisons. This should be fun.
The blood in my veins is now thick with toxins. I shall feel no poison ever again. Truly, I am my own masterpiece.
You got a bit of an ego on you, I think.
Did you feel the venom tail sting? Such lovely pain. Well done, Wakener. I hope you handled these stingers carefully. The natural poison from these scorpions is deadly, but slow.
The cycle will be preserved.
Scarab wings can be crushed to produce a very fine, white, deadly powder. Yes, excellent, Wakener. These are perfect. Have you ever considered learning the poisoner's craft?
This would be quite funny if I was playing as a rogue.
It is the will.
Sometimes the most beautiful things are also the most dangerous. Many would not know the value of what you hold. You have done well, Wakener.
We are done.
And so we are exalted with the Klaxi, and I have 60 exalted reputations. Woo! Which gave me the title, The Beloved.
Before we return to Klaxivas, I wish to look upon the Empire. The Klaxi Council told me that the enemy gathers outside the Empress's palace. My poisons are ready. What better way to announce my return than with death and destruction? Just be careful not to mix the two serums, at least not while you're holding the vessels. Speak to me when you're ready to fly.
The cycle will be preserved.
Alright, let's fly, Zariel.
Remember your place.
So we get a Venom Bomb and a Paralyzing Serum.
How many years have passed since I first entered the slumber? This vest, the palace, my empress, all have changed.
Now listen to what he says here.
Is this white blight the work of the Shah? I see what disease spreads across our civilization. The infected must be purged.
Okay, Arthas.
I see that my slumber was brief. I recognize Meljaric, Lord of the Skies, once my brother, now no longer. Just look at those manta below us. The Empress orders the swarm much too early.
It's too far ahead.
Another sign of her chaotic delusions. Something drives them. They are frightened. No matter. Even I can feel the evil that taints their minds. Let us end this madness.
I point out what he said about the white corruption because he's one of the only characters that shows and actually proves that the Mantid can actually
I'm out of
see
range.
the Shaw corruption, like all that stuff. Other characters and races have not seemed to even acknowledge it being a thing. Until we got here, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, the Mantid actually can see it. But when you think about it, that makes sense, doesn't it? After all, they've had quite a bit of connection when it comes to the old gods, like Y'Shaarj, just like we have. So, therefore, it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, they can actually see it. How about that? Taking your time landing here, aren't you, Zariel? Thanks for the ride, Zariel.
You address your elder.
Thank you for returning me home, Wakener, but I fear the war has just truly begun.
The cycle will be preserved.
See how easy it is to get Exalted reps in Remix? So, yeah. Now, what he gives us... He gives us Raining Blood. Attacking enemies has a 100% chance to inject enemies with unstable serum. Upon reaching 5 stacks, your primary target takes extra damage and all enemies next to the target are stunned for 5 seconds. Yeah!
Their death will be swift. The cycle...
Crude weapon, but it has its uses.
Leave me now.
I never liked spiders. Filthy, mindless insects.
Show
Well,
no
technically they're not
mercy.
insects, but whatever.
You are far from home.
What knowledge do you bring?
Preserve the
Ah, good, Wakener. It will take me time to decipher these tablets, but all knowledge is worthy.
The will of the galaxy is
These trees are still young. They are not yet Kipari. Their sap is like water, while the sap of a true Kipari tree is like wine. They must be allowed to grow.
preserved.
Ah, yes, this is exactly what I needed. I will examine these samples. We must continue to monitor the health of these young Kipari.
We are done. It is the will of the galaxy.
Oh, what wonderful tasty parts have you brought me? Yes, yes, wonderful. Oh, so delicious.
Yes, Wakener.
Have you found a suitable meal for Kovac? Ah, Kovac was whining the whole time you were away. It was really quite pathetic.
The will.
Aw, Kovac, did you miss me? Aw, Kovac, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Alright, well, before we, talk to them about this ritual thing they're doing, let's go find this other guy. Hysek the Swarm Keeper. Let's go check on this guy. Whoops.
I don't have a target. I need to get closer.
I'm just gonna clear these guys out here, just to make sure that they're not gonna be risking any danger to our Paragon friend over here. Now, awaken, Hysek the Swarm Keeper! Rise, Death Knight!
It seems my work will begin immediately. You have come to a dangerous place, Wakener.
Hey, I did it! Hold on. So I got 60 Exalted, which gives me the beloved title. The Awakener! Woo! Let me go ahead and put that title on. Yay! Got the achievement for these guys. Woohoo!
Did Today you learn that no one can be trusted in times of war, Awakener. Even those closest to the Klaxi are susceptible to corruption. Who knows how long this traitor has been corrupted? He must be destroyed. You appear confused. Do you not see the traitor in our midst? Allow me to adjust your vision.
That's right, we're about to discover that we had a traitor amongst us. Now, if you've been paying attention, you probably would have already picked up on it, because he's already tried to send us off to get killed a couple of times. And he's already been acting a little suspicious, right? Well, this is basically confirmation about that.
This may disorient you momentarily, Awakener. It is always difficult the first time your eyes truly see. Now you will see. Traitors hide within our ranks. I see the Paragon has awakened.
You'll notice the different pheromone scent he has. That's what gives him away.
Korik, how long have you worked for the Empress? The Paragon does not speak truth, Awakener. His mind did not survive encasement. You cannot allow him to live in this madness. The Klaxi will want him put down. The only madness here is your own. Korik, did you really think that you could go unnoticed forever? You will not deceive us. We see you for who you truly are. You and the Klaxi are fools. Your arrogance will be your end. Shakespeare will destroy you. Empress Shakespeare knows your plans. Your treachery will be punished. You will see more of this. War is never pretty. The Empress's corruption is far-reaching and hard to detect. There is much work to be done. We need to start preparing the damage Korik did. The Empress has spies everywhere. Korik has been sending signals to the Empress for weeks. Everything the Klaxi have done, the Empress knows about. That stops now. Kiparilik will be the first to receive news of Korik's demise. It will benefit us to make sure that message does not make it to the Empress. Destroying the Whisperers and Beacon there will buy us enough time to come up with a plan before the Empress can act. Kiparilik is just one of many locations that houses some of Empress Shakespeare's offspring. In their juvenile state, the young are reckless and difficult to control. They are also deadly. Swarmborn are hatched with a highly toxic venom that diminishes in potency with age. The venom can incapacitate even the strongest and most skilled fighter if it hits flesh. I would like you to bring me some of this venom. I will remain here to examine Korik's remains. I will meet you back in Clerxivas when you have completed these tasks.
Alright. So yeah, of all the things that actually gave Korik away, it was the fact that because he's working for the Empress, and also the Shaw of Fear, that he had a different pheromone scent, which we obviously can't pick up on, but the Mantid can. And considering that this is a paragon called the Swarm Keeper, you can probably understand why he is able to have this particular gift, probably more so than other Klaxi do. There's the Resonating Crystal. Whoops, I was going the wrong way.
I'm out of range. I need to get closer. I'm out of range.
Alright, now to take down a few more of these Whisperers.
I'm out of range. I need to get closer.
And now Heisek is here.
The Empress I served was also frightened and paranoid, but ultimately it was her fear that led to her demise.
Preserve
Information is power, Awakener. Those with the most information always have the most power.
for the
Excellent work. They should allow us the time to repair the damage that Korik caused. You may have just shifted the tide of war in our favor.
kills.
Swarmborn Venom will not only give us an additional weapon, it will also help us figure out what stage the swarm is in. This venom is in its advanced stages, but it doesn't seem to be losing its potency. And this is very curious. The Klaxi will want to know immediately. Thank you, Awakener.
Kill swiftly.
So, High 6 enhancement is called Seek and Destroy. You can see targets of high priority that will grant useful buffs upon being eliminated. It's very interesting.
Speak.
If this Empress is truly possessed by fear and paranoia, she will have sent scouts to every corner of the land in order to cement her control. These scout grubs are likely everywhere, but difficult to spot with the naked eye. Better to track them by the pheromone trails that they leave behind. I've already gifted you a reactive toxin that will reveal these trails to you for a brief time after experiencing the thrill of victory. Go now to the Terrace of Girthen and root out these spies.
The Klaxi have called. You are dismissed.
Grand Empress Shakespeare has finally lost her patience with us. We have learned of an enormous army massing in the shadows of the Heart of Fear with orders to crush Klaxivus. We have been fortunate to hold out this long, but we cannot survive a siege of this scale. Wakener, you have been invaluable to our efforts. Come, take your place on the field among we paragons. I will see you on the battlefield.
Alright, we'll do that after we do that. I think it's time for us to finally go ahead and check out this ceremony.
Your arrival is timely, Wakener. Our ritual is underway. The Council is in harmony, Wakener. Our ritual will bring about the demise of the Empress and allow us to secure the future of our great empire. Behold the power of the Klaxi.
Hold on, who is this? Zurich.
War has come, Wakener. Oh, I'm here in place of the other guy who was the traitor. Never mind me.
That doesn't look good.
Death to all who dare challenge my empire. Such is the fate of those who question authority.
So what's funny about her saying that is that, she is not the highest authority amongst the Klaxi. The Klaxi Council here actually have more authority over the Mantid than the Empress does. Like, she runs like the military, but in terms of making decisions for their culture and their people, the Council actually has more authority on that than she does.
We are undone, Wakener. Your efforts appear to have become imperative to our cause. On behalf of the remaining council, I implore you to continue in your assistance.
And I think that leads us to this upcoming quest here, especially once we have gotten to Exalted.
Speak, Wakener. Lay waste to our foes.
In fact, we will go ahead... I'll go ahead and cut it off here. We'll go ahead and do that when we come back. Stay tuned.